for that. The Champions League is back. Arsenal face a trip to Athletic Club, Athletic Bilbao, as they were known, in the 5:45 kickoff. Then Tottenham host Villarreal at 8. You can listen to both games on 5 Live. Let's speak to Arsenal fan Raheem Noble and Tottenham fan Chris Cowlin. Morning, both.
Morning, Rick.
Morning.
Start with you, Raheem. It just looks to me that Arsenal have sufficient squad depth to have a really good go at this campaign.
Yeah, we've had a phenomenal transfer window. We've not had many like this in our history or past before. I don't think ever. We've spent 200-300 million on players. We've got an efficient attacker. We've got a striker, a left winger, a right winger. This is the season. If it doesn't happen this season, then I have no more reasons or excuses after that. I don't know what to say. If we can't get over the line this year with all that we've invested, then yeah, I think serious questions need to be asked about the manager, what happens next, what direction we go in. But I'm confident going into it.
Yeah, do you really think that if you don't win the Champions League this season, then you would want to see a change of manager?
Either League or Champions League, one of the two. I'm not Arteta out. I think he's done a great job. But I do think the question does need to be raised that with this team, with this budget, with the time that you've had, if you can't get something over the line this year, then what direction are we going in, or what needs to change, or what can be done with all the resources that you have at hand?
And Chris, I guess you're just excited to see what Thomas Frank does in the Champions League.
Absolutely, and what I'd say to the Arsenal fan there is not every North London club can win European trophies. No, I'm really looking forward to hearing that Champions League music again. 2.5 years since we've heard that music, and Thomas Frank has come in. There has been a real calmness, and his tactical flexibility. We've had a really good start to the Premier League campaign. We're not used to seeing clean sheets. We've had 3 out of 4 in the Premier League, and that game against PSG in the Super Cup before the Premier League season started, that was really impressive. And there is a real optimism right now in the Tottenham fan base. There has been a lot of change at the football club, both on and off the pitch, and in a real positive way. So we're feeling positive about this season.
Yeah, what are your expectations in Europe? What would be a good European campaign, do you think, for Spurs?
You never know. Tottenham have always been a really good European side. We reached the Champions League final in 2019 under Pochettino, and Spurs have always been a real entertaining team in the Champions League whenever we've played in the competition. So you never know. It's about fitness levels. It's about keeping players fit, and you never know what can happen. Football's a very strange game, and Thomas Frank and Christian Romero said that they want to win it. You never know what we can achieve this season. When you look at that trophy parade and the way that we felt in May winning the Europa League, it was simply incredible. And I've no doubt that this set of players are gunning to win another trophy this season.
Just talking to Raheem about Arsenal's squad depth, when you look through their team, they've pretty much got 2 very capable players in every position. Do you think Spurs have got enough in terms of depth?
We certainly had a really good transfer window. As I said, a lot of positive change. When you bring in players like Mohamed Kudus and Xavi Simons, 2 really, really good players, and of course 2 players on loan as well in Moani and João Palhinha. João Palhinha is the number 6 that we have been crying out for. But it is all about keeping the players fit. The 2 seasons previously under Ange Postecoglou, we had so many injuries. So, the rotation of the squad is absolutely key. But Thomas Frank seems to be, very much on this, and he's a real fan of making 5 subs a game. So it's about keeping the players fit. But in terms of depth, of course, we could always have more. But I think that future transfer windows, the Lewis family really need to back the manager.
And Raheem, how do you think Arteta will approach this game away at Athletic Club?
Well, over the weekend we rested Declan Rice. Of course, take Odegaard off. Saka's still out. Saliba is back in training, but we let Mosquera take the reins for that game. I feel now, like you mentioned before, we've got 2 players in every position, so the squad depth is actually phenomenal, and each player for each role twice over is just as good as the other. So I think we're going to play a stronger team out today. I think we're going to probably go for a bit more because it's a Champions League game away. But I think it's probably going to be a very high confidence in the camp. Saliba coming back, Rice most likely to start. Despite Saka being out, Noni Madueke had a phenomenal game on Saturday.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go into this game with a positive mindset that we can win it. We got to the Champions League semi-finals last year with that terrific performance against the likes of PSV, Real Madrid, Sporting. We even beat PSG earlier in the Champions League season last year. So I don't think there's any reason why they're going to go into this game with any knocks or doubts.
Nice speaking to you both. Enjoy the games tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
That's Arsenal fan Raheem Noble, Tottenham fan Chris Cowlin. So Athletic Club Arsenal is a 5:45 kickoff. Tottenham Villarreal is at 18. They're both matches live on 5 Live. Go speak to Paul Robinson for more build-up after 8 o'clock.